H-Town, what's up? You know what time it is. It's time for the best 120 minutes of your day. The Choop Shop, the nation's #1 urban sports talk show, and also your midday sports happy hour. Yours truly, Robert Hatter, alongside Jim Hicks, sometimes Chris Walker, coming to you live from Houston, Texas, but we broadcasting all over the world via Facebook Live and YouTube Live, and I'm plugging up my phone because my phone ain't got no juice in it. What's going on, everybody? Hold on. Let me get some. Let me get some right. Hold on. Let me get some right again. Let me see. Can I put my I'm gonna put my oh yeah. Put my put the Choop Shop on the screen. Yeah, they can see me. I'm up on the screen. Oh, I got to turn it down though. Put it on the screen, y'all. It's crazy. It's just let me have fun a little bit. But it's Baby Friday. Whole lot of stuff going on. NCAA. Talk about that a little bit. I'm gonna talk about how I'm just gonna talk about a whole lot of stuff. Let's see. It's games tonight. That's right. It's games tonight. It's Thursday this fast. Share the show, everybody. Right now, share the show. It's going to be good. It's baseball opening day. I'm not a big baseball fan. I just like certain teams. I'm not a big baseball fan. Matter of fact, I didn't make it to one game last year and the last 2 years or whatever. I just, some things just ain't your fan. Some people don't like hockey. Some people... I'm just not a big baseball fan. I like the personalities in baseball, but I'm not going to just run and say, hey, man, I'm finna go, man, hey, meet me over at the Astros game. Nah. And I ain't going to, and I can't watch it on TV. So, but y'all can love it to death. But certain things I don't like. I ain't going to force it on y'all. Like people try to force stuff on me, but let me shout out to, on Facebook, Ivan Pettit, Mindy Collins, Barry McDonald, Eric Boone is in the building. They probably like baseball. But on the YouTube, we got Jeremy Davis and Tyrone Caldwell, Brad Kimball, Chuck McGowan. They might not like baseball. What the lick read? I don't know. I don't know the lick yet. What's up, Jones? Hey, Chris Brujo. Hey, but it's baseball opening day. Who all like baseball? Who all gonna watch a baseball game? Who all's gonna go to a baseball game on opening day? A matter of fact, do the Astros play in town? I have no idea. Hold on, let me take a look. I'm just telling you how. Okay, today is opening day. No, that's NHL. I hit the NHL. I'm sorry, I'm going too fast. What the Astros do, right? They play the Yankees. I think. That's what it says up here. Yes. The Astros play the Yankees. Is it here or out of town, y'all? Let me look. Where's your game at? Oh, the Yankees in town! The Yankees in town, y'all, and I'm not gonna... The Yankees in town. Wow, that's a good one. The Yankees in town. Are you going to? Anybody go? Eric Boone said he liked baseball. Are you going to the game? Are you going to watch a game tonight? Are you going to watch the game tonight? They got a game at 3 o'clock. Right after the show, y'all can watch the game. Yes, the Astros, they play here. Thank y'all. I didn't know. I promise you I didn't know that. Casey Small, what's going on, man? Casey Small, I ain't seen your name on there, man. What's going on, Casey Small? Are you new to the Choop Shop? Tell me how you found out about the Choop Shop, Casey Small. I like to know who coming into the crib. You know what I'm saying? Headed to Philly for opening day. Barry McDonald really okay. I like that. I just don't like it. Barry at the airport as we speak. Barry, you at the airport going to opening day? Oh, you headed to Philly. Oh, for the Braves. He liked that. I guess he said he liked the Braves. See, I didn't know people maybe I should have asked. You know what? I'm going to try to talk about y'all little baseball games a little bit. Let me write. Barry McDonald I got to put it. Barry McDonald like the Astros. March Madness is back today. Craig, I'm going to talk about that. Talk about that a little bit, Craig. Thank you, Craig. Marquesa, what's going on? I can only watch playoff baseball. Me, me too. Now I'm gonna tell you. Hold on, let me look on here. My homeboy played today now at the same time the Astros play. Fernando Tatis. Now, y'all, I got Mookie Betts. I like them too. You know what I'm saying? I just like them. But I ain't finna sit and watch their ass. I want to see their highlights. Trey Williams, you know, I ain't trying to be mean. They played a San Francisco Giants play the San Diego Chargers, not San Diego Chargers, Padres today. I'm sorry. How about my Rockets, y'all? Let me tell y'all something. Man, I just love that Mindy Collins. Look, she done put it on the screen. It ain't popped up on the screen yet. Draymond. I'm getting tired of Draymond Green. You know what Fannie Lou Hamer said? What's her famous quote? I'm getting sick and tired of being sick and tired. Man. You know I'm a man that just don't never want nobody to lose his job, right? But I'm just tired of Draymond Green. I'm just tired of it. I'm just tired of it. You know, Mindy, that's all I can say. I ain't got no energy for Draymond Green. I mean, we'll talk about him a little bit later because I got him on my list, but I'm tired of it. But I've been in Houston for a long time, Mindy. I think the first time I came to visit my brother is 2000. Back in '82. My brother lived up here. He was sick. Came to see about him. But I can't remember when fans were more fired up about the teams. I can't remember. Y'all help me. The Cougs and the Sweet 16 again. The Rockets on a 10-game winning streak. The Astros begin the season versus the Yankees. The Texans coming off a playoff season and preparing for the draft. Houston kind of got it good. And you know I'm cheering for the Rockets because I went on a limb and I was out there on a limb by myself. I was by myself. Nobody came on the limb with me. Now I want to hear you. Robert Carroll, what's up, baby? Nobody came on the limb with me, Robert Carroll. I said, I guarantee the Rockets make the playoff. And the playoff, the play-in is the. But guess what? I didn't realize it was going to be at the expense of my favorite player, Stephen Curry. I didn't think. But he won last night in spite of Draymond Green. Draymond must want to be out of the league. I don't know. I think cutting him will humble him or make it work. They can't cut him. They gave him all the money. When they should have cut him. But they gave him all the money. He whooped the boy and they gave him the money. He sprung on the boy and they gave him the money. But if y'all ever watch him, if you ever watch this, Robert Carroll, have you ever watched this podcast? He is a delightful person. That's why I think something wrong with him when he started playing basketball. I mean, y'all got to help me, man. Do y'all know some people like that? When they talking and they cool and then 1 minute, then they just go crazy. Y'all got people like that? Man, they say, son, you're not always ride or die, Rockets. Yeah, but no, man. I ain't say you're not no fan. I said you wasn't out there talking about they was going to make no playoffs. And I said they're going to make the playoffs. You remember? Who all remember why I said they was going to play playoffs? Who all remember that? Who remember? Steph looked like he's getting tired of Draymond being ejected. Of course he is. Ain't even basketball. I think he loves basketball. It's hard not to like basketball, Jeremy Davis. Jeremy Davis, have you ever played basketball? Have you ever been on a team? Man, that stuff hard to get away, dude. I feel I want to be playing right now. So I don't think he getting tired of basketball. He ain't getting tired of if he was tired of basketball, he would have said, no, don't give me $100 million more dollars. I'm done. I don't think he's tired of basketball. He just away from court, he's totally different. Yes, I've met. He's kind of cool. No. What I said was, wait a minute, see me. I remember I said OKT would be a top 10. Okay. Robert Carroll, I don't remember you saying that, but I trust you. I don't remember you. I trust you. I remember, but did you say it on the show? See, I don't remember you saying it. I just don't remember. But Jimmy did talked about Minnesota. Kevin Freidman mentioned OKC. I didn't know OKC was that good. OKC, he got the. Hey, y'all. Let me tell y'all something right now. Hey, you know who my new best friend? Y'all know who my new best friend is? On behalf, let me go here. On behalf of the Fertitta family, Robert Hatter, Sengun, Jalen, the Rockies, the Toyota Center staff, and the entire city of Houston. I want to thank you. Y'all share the show. Thank you, Drea, Michelle. Thank you, Drea. This for Drea. I just got to thank her. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry. Thank you. Soon as that girl came out talking about that baby, Jalen Green went crazy. Yo, his last 7 games. Chuck, I ain't mad at the Rockies for no Casale Horry trade. I ain't mad at that. Jeremy Davis. Are y'all hear me, Taurus Lee? Denzel. Thank you, Dre. I love Dre. Because I love the Rockets. I love Jalen Green. And he's just saving me. Because y'all last week, week and a half ago, I was dead man walking. Yo, the last 7 games, the man got 37 points, 9 rebounds, 7 assists, 7 3-pointers. 27 points, 4 3-pointers. 41 points, 7 3-pointers. 26 points, 4 3-pointers. 42 points, 7 3-pointers. 26 points, 4 3-pointers. 37 points with 5 3-pointers. Drea Michelle is my woman rock, not on Wednesday. She rock every day with me. That's my girl. I can't wait to meet you. I love her. Drea, you my girl. Y'all got to realize. Can I tell you why? Can I give you a highlight tape? Because you remember, no, this is what I said. I said a long time ago. I said, Joker, if somebody remember, I said, Joker, Jamal Murray, if Sengun and Jalen Green can duplicate that 2-man game, we're going to be in good shape. I said, I guarantee we make the playoff. But Jalen Green been gone. I don't know what the hell he been doing. Lakeisha, I don't know what he been doing. But that Drea Michelle, I got to play her one more time. Girl, you all right with me? See, Drea took my sound off. I'm sorry. Drea took my sound off. All I was saying, Drea, that's my girl. And just so y'all don't think I'm just, whatever she did to Jalen Green, keep doing it. I got a couple of more players I need to sick you on, Rosie. But I went out on a limb early in the season, Charles, and I said that the Rockets going to make the playoffs. Jalen Green was going through it. He's due with 3 kids. See, this kind of stuff right here. This kind of stuff right here. We got to watch. Maybe y'all don't have to watch, but I watch. Y'all notice I ain't never reported that he's going to have 3 kids in the next 4 months. Because I haven't substantiated. Big Coach, I never repeated that on the show. He said, hold on, let me tell you what he said. Hold on, let me see, Jalen Green. This is what he said.
My family, my baby. So yeah.
You're the best, Jalen. Thank you.
Thank you.
Since All-Star break, you have been explosive. What is motivating you?
Did he say babies? He said my baby. My baby. See, I'm gonna tell us. I'm gonna talk to y'all in a little bit about that. The reason I'm gonna y'all just hold on a minute. But Big Coach, I'm gonna lock that one in. See, Big Coach, do you know for a fact that all 3 of those are true? That's why I don't say it. And I never said that while I've been talking about this. All I've been talking about the one that Dre and Michelle. I've seen them together before. Some of his team, they admit to that. So watch what we read in these on Twitter and believe as fact. Right? I'm just helping you. I'm gonna tell you why in a little bit. But let me tell you a little bit about let me give you something. Let me show you. Some people ain't seen this. Y'all might ain't seen this. Let me hold on. Watch this.
They push Green out. Green keeps the ball in his hands. Tough shot from 3, and Jalen Green
be ready to make a play if he gets trapped here.
Splits it, drives,
Green's back out on the floor. Splits a couple of defenders. Hangs a contest by J-Dub.
basket. They got to roll hard.
My goodness.
Advantage after the first quarter in the paint for the Rockets. Right now, it's tied at 26.
Giddies has control. Green again. And up ahead is Green. Joe able to get back.
See the difference in what a coach make? Y'all got to remember, last week, do anybody remember what I reported? Before everybody talking about it right now. Y'all remember what I reported last week? About last week, I don't know. Let me see what day. I'm gonna put it in my phone, then I can tell you when I talked about it. Do anybody remember what I reported about him? What's that? Well, Jalen Green. Hold on. Let me see. Hold on. It was on the 20th. I talked about Jake Fisher from Yahoo Sports was telling about prior to the trade deadline. They said there was a lot of noise surrounding the Rockets' approach. For the Rockets wanted 27-year-old net swingman Mikal Bridges. And this reached all around the league. Before the team landed in New York to play the Nets, prior to the trade deadline, right? Rival front offices, ladies and gentlemen, were in a buzz about the Rockets' willingness to coordinate from multiple sources, according to Jake Fisher. You notice what I said, somebody, according to Jake Fisher, to include former number 2 pick Jalen Green in packages for Bridges and other players. I said this on the 20th, right? Now, other people probably reporting it now. But the conversations with Brooklyn never generated any traction. Other teams looked at the idea of trading Green and believe Houston is showing them they shopped this boy. I got it in my notes. And I got a moment that speaks volumes about both Jalen Green and Emi Udoka. I told y'all about Emi Udoka. It tells me something. Jalen explains. Y'all watch this. Just watch this. Let me show y'all something. Did I write it down? I know I did it. Hold up. Yeah, I know I did. I just didn't put it on the screen. Oh, here it is. Right here. Watch this. Ladies and gentlemen, the reason I'm showing this video, let me put my face on the screen so you can see me. The reason I'm showing this video because this highlight it speaks volumes about both Jalen and Emi Udoka, right? Emi wants to tell Jalen something. Jalen explains what he saw or felt, and Emi listened. Nods either in an agreement or understanding, pat on the back, said, let's go. See that? If you didn't watch, I watched the game last night. Matter of fact, I taped all of their games. I taped all the Rockets games. I believe in this team. That's a genuine exchange between a player and coach. Coaching matters, ladies and gentlemen. What's up, Israel? Coaching matters. Amen Thomas. You're right. Amen Thompson. I ain't gonna tell you no lie. I didn't think he was gonna amount to nothing. But he's unreal. He dropped in 25 points, 15 rebounds, with 4 assists against a team, and he really can't even dribble or shoot. That's the kid said he said he ain't never had to set a screen in his life. And he been playing all his basketball. He gonna be scary because he got room to learn him. He can't even dribble y'all that good and shoot that well. He's a rookie. You're not supposed to be this impactful as a rookie in 1 year. He had 25 points, 15 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal. Along with being the best defender on the floor. Man, this is going to be a pretty good team. Coaching matters. Who coaching your kid matters. Don't ever forget about it. But you know what? It's Thursday, and I want to give y'all something to go over this weekend. And then I'm going to get back into sports. But, you know, it's funny. In this vast, I think I just said he plays defense. I think I just said that. But it's funny in this vast existence that we move through called life, right? It's always very striking how intimate the connections are. We know that the center of life is relationships. There's no humanity without relationships. It's 2 relationships created me. It's 2 relationships created Chuck McGowan. It's 2 relationships created Sean Davis. It's 2 relationships created rap economics. Relationships are important. We didn't have anything to do with the reason we're here. But the fundamental unit is not 1, it's 2. The fundamental unit. In the broad constellation that we live in, the way that relationships reveal themselves. See, on this show, the relationships we've had. On this show, the relationships I have with Israel had nothing to do with this show. But he been knowing him for years, and guess what? He's back because of our relationship. The relationships you have with anybody. Let me just go through the relationship. That's why I always ask people, how did you find out about the Chop Shop? The relationships I got with Willie Sullivan. And he talking about he just had his cataract removed so he can read putts better. The relationship, Craig, I don't know, the Charles Sanders. He used to work used to work at was a coach at Bel Air. My son used to play against their team all the time. The relationships, it's this vast world, the relationships. I think Jeremy Davis, Chuck McGowan, I'm just going through Lakeisha, the relationship. She on this Chop Shop. Who brought y'all to? I just like to know who told y'all about the Chop Shop. Walter Yates has came and sit in the studio. Walter Yates, one of the first people ever to come on this show. Relationships. Robert Carroll. Relationships. I'm just going through Trey Phillips. Relationships. Tyrone Caldwell. I'm just going through all of y'all. Kevin Drones. Herb Baker. And in the dynamic of this show, y'all, I don't lay out a framework for our conversations. I don't come on here like I remember when I was at the radio station. That's why I didn't really like them. They used to say, Robert, you have to what's that sheet they call a time sheet with clocks and you got to do this within this time. You got to I couldn't stand it. You got to have a run of the show. We ain't got no run of the show. This conversation is organic. If I see somebody say something on that, we were talking about something else, and somebody put something on the screen, we went there. And the rhythm that we have developed as this thing has unfolded, y'all, over the arc of the days that transpire when we are together or not. We come back, things present themselves and continue to build momentum. Then, been in the sports industry for 30 years. Then some young people come to me and they see what you're doing and see what other people are doing, and they don't understand you got 30 years in this business. You don't work up doing this. You don't wake up just doing this. And what is impetuous for young people to study? What makes them study? Everything they want is quick, fast, and hairy. So what makes them want to study? When you have, for example, what is their impetus? What is their impetus to study? What is their impetus to study? What is it? Because why? The reason I said it, they think they can get everything. I'll give you an example. When you have an example of Angel Reese has an NIL deal. Deal pays her, $2 million a year. She don't have to go to the WNBA if she don't want to. She don't have to do anything but play college basketball. She's good. And then can go on and with her life. Either way, she got $2 million for the next 2 years. She may not have to work again if she do things right. But what is the impetus for her to study? Or to go to school beyond basketball? See, y'all, there are people on OnlyFans right now. This girl named Bad Barbie, I think. Her claim to fame is being a disrespectful young person who can't be controlled, and now she's worth $50 million. I don't know if this child can read a book. I don't know if she knows anything about history or anything important. But she got $50 million that she's sitting on. How do you tell a young person today that this kind of scholarship that we trying to get at college and the universities, that this works? They're sitting in the soil and over time, this tertiary knowledge is important. How can we tell Bad Barbie that learning something is important? Reading is important. How can we tell Angela Reese, read a book? What? See, we don't talk about what we're going to talk about before we come on this show. Me and Jimmy ain't never had a meeting. Me and Chris Walker ain't never had a meeting. I don't never have no meeting with what I'm going to say on this show because I'm sitting on 40 to 30 years of things I've done and things I know. Hey, Tressie. I'm sitting on 30 to 40 years of stuff I know. So I don't have to go through no meetings before the show. People always say, what you going to talk about on the show today? I don't know. Until that thing, till y'all pop up live and I see one of them names. I know. What's up, Sonya? But Sonya, I'm just, on Thursdays, I like to give you something for the weekend. Because it's just sitting on me. Y'all don't understand. I'm sitting on 30 or 40 years and 40 years of books read, things I've known and places I've been. You just can't get up and turn a record button and expect to do this. You can. But that's what my clean glass of water, I'll be telling y'all. I'm trying to give you a clean glass of water because I know you've been getting a dirty glass of water. Because I used to drink from it because I didn't know no better. When I come telling you about this summer basketball, when I come telling you about, I'm giving you a clean glass of water. I just want you to take a look at it. See, there are so many people out here cosplaying at being journalists, being scholars, being purveyors of truth. Yo, MSNBC was ran with one of the heads is a black woman, Rashida Jones. Some about her giving me, and I've talked about her ass on this show, calling her a woman that rocked. But they hired a trumper. They fired Tiffany Cross because she checking trumpers, and she go hire a trumper. And I'm not taking up for her ass. Now, one of our bosses got fired, but they talking about some more heads gonna roll. I don't want nobody to get fired. They hired a trumper, this lady. And hold up, Chuck Todd and what's my other girl lady name with the short hair? Rachel Maddow. They said, oh, hell no. This the same woman been talking about us, kept telling us, talk about the election was rigged. It was a supporter of January 6th. And they hire. Then we found out that the main guy who hired her, they fired, he was a big donor to the Republican National Party. Yo, these are the kind of people. That's why I tell y'all, mainstream media, I know some of y'all get mad, but mainstream media ain't mainstream no more. You better go and get your news from people who care about you, like Roland Martin. Y'all can't be listening to them folks, man, no more. I'm just telling you, y'all fact check their ass. Just like you fact check me, fact check their ass. But let me keep going. And the reason there's so many people cosplaying, being journalists, being scholars, being purveyors of truth, because there is commerce in it. There's commerce in it. So you figure out the algorithm and you trick the algorithm. That's why I tell y'all to hit the like button, hit the share button. I shouldn't, especially to our regulars. Y'all should automatically come up and hit it. Because you want people to hear this instead of that mess. Do your duty if you're here on Facebook and YouTube. Hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the thumbs up button. Share it, text, tag, tell your friends. See, this reality right here, this chop shop, we not here on no manufactured steam. This is time put in that you can't pretend. See, I like to let y'all, when people be playing, I like to let y'all know what the hell's going on Chop Shop. This ain't no show you just turn on, these guys, they be on there, they be hollering, they be acting fun, they funny, they cute. No, y'all. It's bigger than that. time put in that you can't pretend. Wise man told me a long time ago, Robert, he said, I'm not here to debate with anyone. I've devoted all of my adult life to some of these subjects. I only debate with my equals. All the others I teach. You can't come tell me about no contract when you hear it on the news. And I've been doing it for 30 years in the room. Authoring the contract. I've devoted a lot of my adult life on understanding the sports industry and how it works and how I can get my young fellows paid. It takes time. See, there is no incentive for one of Kim Mulkey's employees who have now been freed from the Mulkey plantation by the name, image, and likeness to do anything at Louisiana State except to remain eligible. Yes, I'm talking about the players. But I'm sure that Angel Reese, like generations of athletes before her, would have great incentive to remain eligible. And also that the people who work at LSU have made quite a nice living making sure that these athletes remain eligible. Will relieve her of whatever challenges she might face at any particular moment, not because she isn't as gifted academically as she is athletically, but because they simply don't have time to worry about her academically. They don't care if she don't go to class until it affects her eligibility. They don't care if she don't read a book. If you're watching March Madness, it's madness. I thought about it when I took it from behind me. These bracketed black bodies picking cotton for the NCAA. I always ask myself the question, how much class they missing right now, y'all? The girls and the boys. I know that's irrelevant, but I mean, it's a business. Like I was trying to tell Jimmy yesterday. It's a business. It's a reason why they send certain people to this way, certain people to way. Ain't got nothing to do with you. They mad. It's business. What's up, Bob? Bob, NC2A. If you're watching the March Madness, it's madness. These bracketed black bodies, yes, I said, picking cotton for the NC2A. And I always ask myself the question, how much class are they missing? 5. I know what I'm talking about. And I know it's irrelevant because it's a business to them. A multi-billion-dollar business. Class is irrelevant. What is class? And the reason I say this, and I'll share this with y'all because it's around graduation time is approaching in May. Okay? As we approach May, graduation time soon. You know, the students has disappeared. You know, the 2 students that disappear, haven't been around. I'm talking to a professor. He said it gets a failing grade, then they come and said, what can I do? Look at Favre. Favre know what I'm talking about. This is a HBCU. Hey, y'all. I'm talking about HBCUs right now. Okay? The story I'm about to tell you. This in the governance structure. Not the social structure. The governance structure. See that? Hold on. Y'all think I'm playing around? See, when we know better, we do better. All you know is all you've learned. Everything you've learned is you got to learn something to know something. I'm just trying to give it to you. Yeah, some of y'all might have this, but everybody don't have this. This information I'm getting you, but especially this story right here. So the students disappear all year. Then they get a failing grade. Then come to the professor. Tell me, what can I do? He said, well, let's see. He said, if you had a time machine, we can go back to January and you can start coming to class. Yo, so many people don't even go to class. I love Johnny Jones. I love Johnny Jones. And I seen this. This Robert Hatter seeing this. I didn't know he did this. When we come from the airport or that bus, we pull up to the school. Before anybody move, Johnny Jones walked from his seat in the front to the back where the players are. And first thing he let them know, I know we just get back, but get to class today. Ain't no practice today. Let's get to class today. Get treatment, get a little treatment later, but get to class today. You follow me? Somebody just text me some. I can't stop the show and change it. So it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. But I'm talking. Don't text me. But I thought about this instructor was telling me the kid come in, failing grade. He said, what can we do? He said, well, let's see. If you have a time machine, we can go back to January and you can start going to classes. Now some of these young kids are desperate. And they haven't disclosed to their families that they've been failing. See, you can do all of this work. And the grandma and everybody that comes down for graduation, can you do all, and a professor asks him, can you do all of this work in 2 days before graduation? Can you do enough to get a D? It's a black professor, a black dean, black family, HBCU. True story. Whole family is here. And this is a black family. Remember, the governance structure, who we are to each other. They're sitting in a room. Sitting in a room. The grandma is also there. Y'all watch this. Then the family began to realize, because everybody is in the room, the dean, the professor, the student, grandma, mama. Then the family began to realize that they have been hoodwinked, bamboozled, run amok, and led astray by the student. And as the elder, the grandma realized that the professor is going through what happened, he's telling her what happened. We all want your grandma, your grandbaby, to graduate, the professor told her. But once the grandma realized that there is no rational basis for graduation, she'd have messed up. The student had messed up. So the grandma, with her wisdom, she turns to the dean. She turns away from the professor and looks at him in his eye and said, "What you gonna do for me? What you gonna do for me?" See, this is where grades, academia, accreditation goes out the window. This is an elder speaking, and the dean is looking at her. The elder knows there is basis for her grandbaby not to graduate. But the elder said, "I'm making a plea. I'm not talking to the professor anymore. I'm talking to you, Mr. Dean." So the professor said, "Ma'am, what do you think we should do?" At this point of the year in the community, took the student out of it. The student stopped talking. Long story short, the kid graduated because of what we can do. She had to do everything it took to be drug across that line. She had to graduate. It's HBCU. I don't know what they're doing at them PWIs. This is a real story at a real college called Howard. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the 4th week in March. They have, some of these kids have to start singing Donny Hathaway. Come to the mercy seat. Classrooms are turning into the mercy seats. Somehow, somewhere around the 3rd week in April, they got to come to the mercy seat. Welcome. I haven't seen you since January. This is what these people are dealing with. But academia doesn't exist anymore. And it's not a diss at all. These institutions are at a structural crisis because anything you need to succeed in this capitalistic society, which is all about appearances and images, and what you can convince other people to think is real, none of the reality relies on academics anymore or the academic university structure. Bad Barbie. And my question, and I was just thinking about it, what is reading going to look like 50 years from now? When we haven't codified or awakened the appetite for it. Yo, this is the real world I'm sharing with y'all today. I'm not preaching, I'm communicating life. We got people out here using the DEI the MAGA people, you know, all you people, I'd vote for Trump. I don't care, blacks for Trump. All you blacks for Trumps. The MAGA labeling DEI as didn't earn it. It's wild. Because in reality, generation historic wealth through 2 billion acres of stolen land from the Native Americans, enslaving black people for 300 years, banning Asians immigrants until 1965, banning women from any credit access until 1994. I was wondering, how did my mama get a restaurant? I guess my dad had to get it. Women didn't have access to credit in my lifetime. All without paying a single red cent of restitution. Reparation is the living, breathing example of didn't earn it. See, that's what they out there talking about. DEI is didn't earn it. See, y'all don't even understand. You can't play with those words. When these people out here talking about DEI, didn't earn it. And then Stephen Curry, I got to call you to the front of the class. I love you. You're crying about Draymond Green last night, Steph. But Stephen Curry, welcome, Jimmy. Stephen Curry, you got to understand. I'm seeing that you executive produced this clown show called the Good Times cartoon. Y'all got to realize, as a kid, I thought, what's my man? What's John Amos' name was in the movie Good Time Jimmy? James Evans. I thought he was killed. I thought it was real life when he killed out the carrot. I remember him larger than life with me. But now you come back with some buffoonery, and Stephen Curry, you are executive producing it. Somebody need to pull your coattail, bruh. And in case you don't know what I'm talking about, just in case, what her name? Watch this.
I introduced the black father to this country. There never had been one in the whole of the country. And I risk my job by saying I won't do it unless you give me a husband for my children. I introduced the black father to this country. There never had
Jimmy, Norman Lear did not want her to have a black man in there. They tried to erase the black. Hold up, Jimmy. If you got government assistant, government peanut butter, government whatever you was getting back then, you couldn't have the man in the house. And then Stephen Curry, you get good. Dale Curry and Sonia Curry, what the hell are you doing? Letting your son produce this new cartoon, Jimmy. That's the pic. It's unbelievable. I'm going to share it with y'all next week. Y'all go look it up and we'll talk about it next week. We'll talk about it next week. Because this is unbelievable to me. Y'all got to understand how Norman Lear just told them folks. When they get to talking about JJ, they wanted JJ to be dumb. And then they downplayed the young guy who was smart. They diminished his parts because he was smart and made a star of JJ because he was dumb in the damn thing. Y'all, those images are in you. They get in your subconscious, man. Don't let no. That's why I'm always gonna be giving y'all a clean glass of water on this show. Cause it's enough. Hey, I'm not finna do like they did. Cause y'all people will just go for anything. But y'all, we got to be better than that. What's up, Jimmy? Next week, I can't wait to talk about it. But I got you. Somebody talking about Plano East.
It's good stuff. Hey, I'll shout out. I see
Plano East is listening from the Throne Tournament in East Rock.
Yeah,
Plano
Coach Greg.
The high school team is up there?
Yeah. Yeah, you remember last year? They started that tournament that all of the state champions from various states. If you
I don't
opt
know. I
in,
don't keep over there.
yeah, we talked
Yeah.
about it. We talked about it a couple of times a year ago, and it was in Georgia. Remember, Beaumont United went. That's what we talked about it. Beaumont United played in it, and they played in it with
I just
Wesley
don't
Yates
remember.
and that particular tournament. It's so I guess they got another jolt of financing up under that thing. Moved it from Georgia, or it's a different one altogether, maybe, and it's in on the East Coast, in New Jersey, in the mall. So it's like a mall in New Jersey that has the theme park next to it, and they put the actual court in a mall, and this is where they're playing. So let's make sure if Hatter is Thaddeus Moody watching the Chop Shop today
I ain't seen
from
his name today.
from out of Chicago, Illinois.
I didn't think
Because,
he'd be big.
because
He'd have moved up on him.
well, no, I mean, but that is he got kind of got bored, and so he took a gig out of retirement, and something to do, because sometimes I can understand retirement has a different type of effect on some people just sitting there doing the same thing every day. Well, I'm proud to share with you guys once again. That's Coach Greg Thomas from Plano East, and the team is in New Jersey participating in the throne. You have to have won your state championship in order to get. And they only took one team, from I understand, from various states that opt in. Every state not participating, and this will give the closest rendition of a national champion in today's society.
So how many
Mind
teams represented up there, Greg?
yeah, let us
I
know
asked
that.
Greg. Yeah.
Yeah,
How many?
let us know that. And meanwhile, I'm proud to share with you, Plano East will be playing in the second round. I want to say tonight. Now guess who they beat in the first round, Hatter?
Who'd it be?
The Illinois state champion.
Oh, that's why you talking about it. I got you.
Ask me what the score was.
What was the name of the team? What was the name of the team?
Well, you can't see. That's the thing. You can't, with some state governing bodies.
Can't you? Where did the team come from? What school?
They call them. Well, oh man, that's a good question. That's a good question. Whoever won the state.
Was it Kenwood?
Huh?
Kenwood.
Oh, I don't.
That's
where.
tell us. That's what Mac Irvin's son. Mac Irvin's son coach.
Now, Plano East won by the score of 90-65.
That wasn't no real champion. That wasn't no real champion for Chicago. Dude, Chicago ain't going out like that, man.
I'm gonna tell you.
Plano East ain't that damn good.
How they went undefeated this year, and they
ain't that damn good.
They rolled through everybody. And you know what? And it's one of those teams that remind
Homewood Flosser. Man, ain't nobody never heard no damn Homewood Flosser. They didn't win and play My Sisters of Mercy, Jimmy, up there. No. Jimmy, that's the private school championship. That's what they went and played, Jimmy. That's all.
No.
No, I'm messing with you. How good was that team, Greg? Greg, tell me, man. Greg, you got to tell me, Greg. How good was that team?
How good were they before? Homewood Flossmoor, they're the 4A state champions. And I think that's the highest classification in Chicago, in Illinois. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But something ain't right about that.
I'm looking at it right now because
some ain't right about it. Something ain't right about that.
Dude. We got talent down here. People are just so spoiled in Texas. That's why it's so crazy. Dude, this Plano East team, once again, they don't have a high major Division I prospect on the team. Now DJ Hall is the closest prospect, and he's not a high major yet. Could be. He has a lot to go, depending on what he does this summer. But This team, man, they click on all cylinders. And when a team is clicking on all cylinders, man, I'm telling you. So now we see Plano East. They advanced and will play tonight. I think you can watch the game free on the NBA TV app.
But y'all beating everybody by 30? Y'all, hold up. Greg, y'all to beat
not by
everybody by 30.
Not by 30, but they whooped.
Well, he said we beat everybody like this all season. I'm going by what Greg said. Jimmy, I'm not listening to you. I'm talking to Mr. Greg.
Double digits is double digits. That means they all season.
He said we beat everybody like this all season. He said no double digits.
That's what he mean by
I put it on the screen.
That's what like this means. They beat them by double digits. Beat them. It wasn't even, dude. Go look at their schedule. They won 30s. They went 30-something and old. Out of them 30-something wins.
With the championship they played, they didn't beat Stony Point by that much.
Yeah, they did.
See, I don't keep up with this stuff, Greg, as much.
Oh, no, you don't keep up with it.
But I don't keep up. Jimmy, I don't know the score. I wasn't about to take my black butt up there to watch that mess.
After it gets to a certain point, you know, the score is like, you know, it's double digits. It's like, you know, they got these dudes. Man, I'm talking about they could have beat the way that they played.
So they finna go up there and just beat it. So they can beat everybody in America. That's what you telling me. So Mount Verd, they will whoop Mount Verd.
You have to play for a state.
No. I ain't talking about that. I ain't talking about this tournament. The way you talking about this team, they'll whoop Montverde ass.
No, that's not the issue. They ain't got to be able to whoop Montverde, but they don't have to. That ain't the issue. The issue is the teams that are thrust in front of them.
I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about me. For me, if they that cold, bring on Mount Verd.
Tell me this. It's like lifting weights. If they only have 4 wheels or so many wheels to put on the bar, why you talking about going and get other wheels? Let them finish.
I ain't talking about no other wheel. You talking about how formidable this team is. And guess what? I got a team formidable too.
It's not. Understand something. I'm going to say this again so this can soak in. This don't happen nowhere near normal with a team without a high major Division I prospect or signee on the roster. It don't happen like that in today's society. That's what I'm saying to you. That's big time.
Jimmy, you ain't added no context. That ain't no context.
Yes, it did. So that you understand. A team full of non-All-Americans ain't supposed to do what they're doing in a state from a state.
So they overachieving. Well, what would you say, Unless you say, I forgot what you said. They bottom feeders. So they're not that. So, Jimmy, all I'm saying is, if you go brag about them, okay, I want to really see how good they are.
We just saw that. We just saw them knock out the
I want to bring on Montverde then.
Montverde ain't on the menu. We only can order and eat what's on the menu.
They on my menu.
So right now, right now, they're called the Panthers, but they're Texas in this tournament. So right now, Texas just whooped Illinois.
We talk about two.
They're going to play Florida tonight. And so Texas will play Florida tonight.
Let me call Mount Verd and tell them to come up here. Now, not in that tournament. We're going to have another tournament. We're going to have another game. Montverde, but hold up. Versus the team that Jimmy think it's the greatest team put together of non-Division I players ever put together.
This don't, once again, it don't happen in today's world very often, if little at all. Once again, that's all. Last year, Beaumont United played a rendition of this particular tournament, and they had Wesley Yates. You know what I'm saying? Who was committed or who was signed at the University of Washington at the time. So that's a Power 5 Division I signee. That's what I'm saying. They don't have nobody that's signed. Now, anybody can claim offers. They don't have anybody that's signed to that level of a basketball program.
I'll let
So
you enjoy the day. See, y'all don't understand. I'm a guy that's going to ask questions. I'm not just going to sit up here and let you tell me something and ain't saying nothing about it. I'm not that kind of guy. So if y'all just want to sit up here and just say something, and won't, I'm going to say, I'm always have something to say, well, and you should be able to explain it. But guess what? I ain't buying that one, but keep on going. Shout out to you, though, Greg. Greg, keep doing your thing. But Greg, if you want to play some big dogs, call me, and I'm going to call Mount Vernon for you.
What? I mean, for you to call
I'm talking to Greg. I ain't talking to you, Jim.
Well, I'm just saying, for you to call Montverde, I mean, you done declared them the winner of this tournament already. Why would Montverde want to play them if they ain't won this tournament? That's my point.
Jimmy,
I'm
I wouldn't have said nothing if you wasn't talking about how they beating everybody by double digits. I'm just trying to keep the game close. Since they beat, hold on, because they beating everybody by double digits. I just want to keep the game close. Maybe they won't beat Montverde for about 3 or 4. I'm just trying to keep it.
I'm saying we got to beat Florida first, which is another school that's in that state where Montverde exists and dwells. We got to beat Florida tonight.
See, y'all done got me all hyped up. You done got me all hyped up, and now you. Well, we got to do this. Okay, forget it.
I mean, that's you putting Plano East versus the world. Come on,
yes.
Stop. They don't have to beat the world, man. The point that you
Jimmy,
that you
they don't have to beat the world or you.
They don't.
I want them to beat. I believe in Greg Thomas.
Dude, they already done won. They're playing with house money right now.
Coach Greg.
My point to you is a team like that's constructed like that is not supposed to be still standing.
They're a good team, Jimmy. They got a great coach. They got a great coach.
They're not supposed to be still standing. And that's the thing. They are. And
so they weren't supposed to win the state championship?
Stony Point was a favorite. They was a 50-50 type thing, and even though they was undefeated, they were playing in the territory of a Stony Point, which was down the road. So that means it was like, and it was a rematch of a highly anticipated rematch.
You done made me switch. I got to drink out this cup now.
That was number 1 seed versus number 2 seed in the state tournament, and it lived up to the hype. For the most part, early on, then guess what? Plano East hit him with those body blows and pulled on the way, made plays, and it got separation in that game and never looked back. That was it.
Okay. All right.
That was it.
Right. Greg, go get him, baby. Go get him, Greg, so I can call the Mount Vernon. Because I just want to give y'all some comp, Greg. You're killing everybody. Greg said they've been close. Hey, Greg said, I'm with Greg. Greg said, ain't been close. I'm with Greg. Got great coach. Greg, I hate I didn't see y'all play. I guess I'm going to go watch it. Somebody got a video of it. I want to see y'all. I want to see y'all play now. I don't care if it is Tony Broadway. I ain't talking about no AAU team. We ain't talking about no AAU team. I'm just talking about they've been beating read my lips, Tony Broadway. They've been beating everybody, beating the break. They just beat somebody from Illinois by 30. 25. Right? Well, whatever. They just beat somebody. I'm just trying to get them some competition. Mr. Broadway. I ain't talking about whether it's an AAU team. Shit, this team probably can beat some AAU teams. With Greg Thomas coaching. You tell me they can't be no AAU team, you got to be out your mind. So I want nothing but the best for the best. See, y'all bottom feeders. I want the best for the best. If Plano that good, I want them to play the best. That's just me. Some of y'all like scraps. I like the whole damn table. I'm sorry. What's that? What else you got, Jimmy?
And what else we got? We got definitely it's 17 minutes past the hour. We're gonna ask you guys to share the show right now. If you haven't shared the show, let's share the show to your timelines, to your groups, to your pages, and that's what I'm doing as well. And I'm I'm just looking in my
Jimmy, I saw
my
something.
bag.
No, I saw something. You don't got to get in your bag. I got a bag. I got a bag for you. I want you to. I mean, they've been posting the young men that's going to play. I mean, the nominees for the 10 nominees of the finalists, the 10 finalists for the Guy V. Lewis Award. So I see when it was a post, somebody said, people was talking about it. He said, if Divine, it was Divine Hugo's post. We post this.
He posted something
No,
himself.
he didn't post it.
Oh.
Noah Thompson, who played Georgia, he posted.
Okay.
If he was from Dallas, he'd have 15 plus major, mid-major and high majors offers.
That's not
Hold
true.
on, let me finish. Houston, we got to do better. This is your wheelhouse. I say that. I want to talk about it.
Guys,
Why the hell
something.
you blaming Houston?
This is. Remember, I told you how some kids are programmed, and they'll go through life because they're programmed. When they came through, they were kind of slighted or felt slighted, so they felt the whole world is against certain people. That whenever somebody else appeared to be slighted, they think it's a conspiracy. Like people wake up out their bed and say, first of all, understand something. The difference between Noah Thompson and Divine, which is a few differences. I'm talking about as far as a basketball player. I'm not talking about anything else. In their high school basketball career. Let me draw the line right there. Their high school basketball career. That's what I want to make sure we compare it. One, Divine played with the Houston Hoops on the EYBL. That opportunity on the 17U, there's only one team that can beat EYBL, and that's the 17U. And that's a whole nother topic why people keep misusing EYBL and applying it to 12Us and 13U. But he played EYBL. He had some good games. He had some bad games or not good games. And he had a couple of games that might have been great for him. Point is, he had the opportunity, and Divine had offers, because just like many of these young kids these days, y'all beg for these offers, and many of them you're not ready to commit to. You thinking you're stockpiling eggs in the month of August and Easter not until April. Then you really find out at that point that a rabbit can't even lay eggs. My point is, he had offers. So that's one phase of it, which is different from Noah Thompson did not have offers to choose from. Noah Thompson's recruitment spiked later in his high school career at George Ranch High School. And whereas he went and he got offers late, which was HBU at the time, and he took advantage of that, played his way and had to get it out the mud. He's not the first nor the last that will have to get it out the mud. Guess what? For all we know, Divine may have to get it out the same degree of mud. Now, another thing is, who's in your, I don't want to use the word representation, who's the
sphere of influence
in that circle of influence that's contacting the bulk of the college coaches? There are certain people that have influence or that's with kids. If a college coach realizes that certain individuals are attached or they have to go through certain guys in order to get this kid, I promise you, young man, I'm telling you this, what I know. A lot of coaches are just put it in reverse and back out of the driveway and say, look, you know what? I ain't gonna even go recruit this kid. I'm not gonna even mess with it. If I gotta deal with him to get him, it's not going down. And that is a situation that exists with Divine, in case you didn't know.
Yeah, but so people don't know. How in the hell? I didn't know. So how in the hell you think he gonna know? Nobody knows.
That is a situation that exists. Okay. And guess what?
That's great information.
A lot of people don't understand that. And guess what? It ain't no, you know what? The same thing happened with PJ Haggerty.
Absolutely.
That was a guy that was his influence. People,
Absolutely.
a lot of coaches do not like dealing with. And
Hey,
guess what? So guess what?
that's a great lesson, Jimmy, to mamas and daddies out here. But keep going, Jimmy. Come on.
So when you just go and say stuff and understand, guys, you might
And maybe,
trust, but that's
Jimmy,
not.
he was talking from his knowledge. That's why I brought up the tweet. He was saying if he was in Dallas, he'd have 50. If that's what he feel, that's what he feel. It ain't got nothing to do with if that's what he feels.
If he lived in Dallas and Frank Rutherford was the guy calling all the coaches and dealing with them coaches don't like dealing with Frank Rutherford. They have history with Frank
But
Rutherford.
he don't know that. How would he know
so
that?
now I'm letting him know that. So that way now you can say, at least you can say, oh, I respect that, OG. I'm OG giving you OG wisdom on when it goes to this stuff. Trust me, the coaches they've been shaken down. A lot of coaches refuse to be shook down by certain guys. And a lot of guys out there gonna shake them down, meaning gonna stick their hand in their pocket or turn them upside down and shake them up and get whatever they can get out their pocket.
Now, that's the first time I didn't even think about that.
I'm not saying at all that's what Frank Rutherford is doing in regards to Divine. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that some coaches, it's the fear of the unknown. If you have a history of attempting to do that to some people, then they're not going to want to deal with you.
I mean, I'm with that. It makes sense. But I welcome the tweet because he said what he. Listen, I love for people to disagree with me. This gives me an opportunity to show them. I love for. I don't never want nobody cheering for me. Go tell me, because guess what? All you're doing is making me come up with a better answer. All you're doing is expanding my brain when you don't agree with me. I love when you don't agree with me. Y'all might think it. I love it because I like to discuss stuff like this. I love intellectual joust every now and then. I love it. So, but shout out to Noah. Thanks for bringing that up, because Lord, if I don't say that, I don't even know what just happened. I don't even know what's happening. Man, hold up. Man. I hope you ain't talking about Darryl Bonds just talking, man.
No, what you talking about?
When he said, Coach, you said, give us details.
That's a response to another parent out there. The son won the national championship. Give us details.
Oh, okay.
He won a national championship. We want to acknowledge him. Give us some details. Give us a picture of the box score. Give us something. Give us some details.
Look at Mindy. Mindy said, yes, I do. Yeah, I like for you to disagree. Disagree with me. I love it.
And I see Craig Lilly just pumped them in. Craig Lilly, Stick Lilly, Cleveland, Texas, finest. But yeah, we're just tuning in right now, guys. We're talking, going around the horn on a lot of stuff, and we'll cover a lot of more stuff in these last 34 minutes of the Chop Shop, your midday sports happy hour. Shout out to PJ Henry, as I told you how I got the leaked information and told you that, broke that news that PJ had earned a spot in the HBCU All-Star game. Remember, way before the teams were announced.
Oh, yeah. I thought you, okay. Yeah.
And so they have been announced now the other day, and he is indeed the lone representative of Texas Southern University. I like how Travis Williams and the crew, how this year they kind of made it assurance that each of more teams will be represented by at least one player, and which is a better thing. That way now you got a spot earmarked. Some teams have two, but then many of those HBCUs, many of them, not all, are represented by one player. And Prairie View has Charles Smith. He started off his school at Westbury Christian.
He plays well when he plays against us. Against TSU. He kills when he plays against TSU. I like him.
He played for Chris Walker too. I just thought about that.
Yeah, I know. I like him.
He played for Chris Walker, and with that
short-lived situation.
It was for everybody.
All I say is a short-lived situation.
Chris Walker had a portal team. Everybody played on that team. Everybody on that team.
Hey, man, the portal is different now, y'all. Portal is not bad. Everybody ain't getting in the portal. People getting in the portal for other reasons now. Yeah. I'm loving this portal. Dude, These folks getting in portals, y'all. I tried to tell y'all the other day. These people saying, look here, man. Big Eddie Lampkin, you think Eddie happy up there, but Big Eddie's trying to get some more bread. He's trying to go back to the well. So I go in the portal. Who gonna pay me? I love it. Cause these coaches doing the exact same thing. Man, these coaches signed Jimmy. One coach lost, and the next day he was Jimmy, he had a job. So he been talking all the time. He been talking. Yeah, dude, this stuff is crazy, man. But I love it. I love it. I know you mean to go there, but shout out to the portal.
Now, let me answer the question that way people realize ain't nobody public enemy number one. He asked the question. Dwayne says, "Who is it that the coaches don't want to deal with?" I promise you, different coaches have different people that they don't want to deal with.
Yeah,
there's not no one guy
person, right,
that nobody wants to deal with.
That's good.
Just for everybody, y'all think, and many of y'all think that, like some of you guys may think John Urie is antagonized.
He ain't the only one.
Trust me, John. We love, well, not love, but we relish the opportunity to verbally combat John Urie at any corner when he's pumping out fiction.
It ain't even no fun no more, though, Jim.
Yeah, I mean, but
to me, it ain't fun no more. Cause I beat him up so bad one day over there. He just got quiet. First time I ever heard him get quiet.
One thing about it, if John Urie invites that as well.
He loves it.
But if you write, he'll tap out and be like, all
right. Oh, he taps out quickly.
He'll tap out. He's not gonna go back and forth and get to going. He'll tap out. All right, you got that. You got a point.
You got to have facts though.
You better have facts. You come with him now. He's very well educated. Now, here's the deal. A lot of you people out there are younger, and you just learning. You see the name, and so people, John Urie. Understand something. He's a guy that what he does has worked for him for over 2 decades. The way that remember, there was a time there was no internet, there was no social media. So the way that you had to boast about your kids, not had to, one way was to verbally, vocally say it out loud. And some people say, well, why black people tend to shout? Well, he's one of the reasons, personifications of why some black people tend to shout. That used to be the title of a book back in the days. Now, John has had pros. He's had pros that he actually was on the sideline coaching. In this state of Texas, of active basketball guys, John probably has produced more NBA pros than any of the coaches in the state of Texas that's still actively on the sidelines. May have. Talking about guys that's played in the NBA. He has about a half dozen, which is a lot. So you can't never take that away.
Never.
So we get on him. It's qualified. Everybody ain't qualified to get on.
That's a good point.
You know?
So he knows his stuff now.
He knows it. Reason I know that he knows it because I'm gonna give you guys a rule of thumb. Remember, I'm telling you a lot. I evaluate people. It ain't basketball. I evaluate people. When people bring their wives or their kids in your space on a not to your house, your space, but if you come in there, they're coming up and their kids are speaking to you, then that means that man must have taught his son 2 things: speak to all grown folk or speak to him. Every time his kids come around, at least one of them little twins gonna come up and give me a high five. He's nowhere near fits the eye test of a basketball player right now, but he's still a kid, and he gonna have fun memories of this stuff, this basketball stuff. His wife, I probably can imagine, she probably just tired and fed up with basketball because it takes away from so much time, family time. But they all speak. How think about it. When you coming up, your son sometimes, and the son may be frowning sometimes, may feel like a Noah Thomason, but it takes a grown person to help those kids to understand. Hey man, look, you mad? Somebody done fed you something. You mad at the wrong thing. Just play, just win. It ain't his fault that you ain't got what you ain't got. It ain't his damn fault. You giving him too much power over something that you have you have the majority of the power over it. This is one of the things that I try to plant and install in the minds of a lot of the people. So shout out, in regard to them. So that's the thing. A lot of times, guys, man, people them coaches, every coach, there are some coaches right now that I don't talk to that done some foul stuff or done some stuff and they know they shouldn't have done. And I don't talk to them. So that means, does that mean that if his assistant coach, Carl, not going to block his assistant out, a brother trying to get an opportunity, but it's just certain guys, certain people, every relationship, everybody don't rock with everybody in this ocean. It's some muddy waters in this recruiting game. Muddy waters. Some people down with some people played with other people, some people went to school with other people, some people played against other people. Many of these people that are in there that are players or that are coaches, they were either in the business when I started, or somebody brought them to a dinner one time, or we were fellowshipping, or they played and I covered them while they were playing. That's pretty much the bulk of these relationships. It extends and it starts and it stops with most of that. That means that if you're in a room, that's why it's so important to try to get in different rooms. If you can get yourself in a different room, you can open up different doors other than just walking through the same door in your house, same door in your yard, same doors in your neighborhood. You got to put yourself in different rooms, but you must be prepared. That's the part I left out, Hatter. People just want to go in the room just to be nosy. You got to be prepared to if you asking and you're seeking placement or invites into certain rooms. You better be prepared. Meaning prepared how? Well, prepared to engage in conversation that could extend all the way back to some of the history. And you better understand who's in the room. So you got to learn a little bit about. Now it's easy. You can go to the restroom. You go Google somebody at the restroom nowadays and find out a little bit about a person on the Wikipedia or whatever, and come on back out and be like, and start up conversation and be able to ask questions. You new in the room. People ain't trying to hear. They ain't studying about what you got to say. You speak when you summoned to. Or when you're spoken to, when you new in the room. You're supposed to be absorbing, learning, staying the hell out of people's way. Your favorite song come on in the room, they don't need you dancing. You're going to give yourself up. They're going to say, oh, you're making too much. And you come in the room, your first time in the room, I'm talking to many of you guys because it's going to happen to some of you guys at the Final Four. That's going to be there. It's going to happen to some of you guys maybe next week, wherever you're going, at the McDonald's All-American game, if you're in Houston. You're going to find yourself in a room. Be a student of the room. I'm telling you. Because that's how you can get invited back into the room. That's how you get invited back.
And my advice to you, make your own room.
Well, eventually, yeah. But once you know how it goes, you study it. Eventually, that's your goal. That's your goal. That should be your goal. You create your own room, your own space eventually, but you got to tactfully pay attention to what's going on. It's a whole different party at the Final Four when the coaches at the coaches party. It's a whole different type of DJ, a whole different type of music. If you go to the president's or the athletic director's party suite, it's a whole different type of theme in there. The lights are a whole lot brighter in that room. The college coaches party, lights dim. You got in some of the parties, you got a whole bunch of how would I say, ladies of the evening walking around that's been hired. Why would you hire ladies of the night and put them in a party with majority college coaches where the majority of that majority is married? In today's society where everybody got a cell phone and an Instagram account or a Facebook account or a TikTok account, either or, why would you even put them in that type of risk nowadays?
Why they put themselves in that risk?
Yeah, but a lot of those guys don't know that a lot of those guys don't know the new boots.
But
don't
if
know
you go and mess
that's
with
gonna be there.
Man.
The new boots don't know that. Now the old heads know. They know what they expect at certain parties. They go, not every party. Sometimes some of them. And
Dude,
those
you
who
shouldn't
know,
be
they know
messing
what's
with.
going on.
If you mess around, you mess around. Okay.
No, it's not necessarily messing around. Not that just because they're in the room ain't mean they're messing around. What it means is because a lot of those guys go to the party and their wife might be their plus one. But then the wife might see the ladies walking around with the, and it's like, oh, this is how these parties go? No, that ain't how the party. That's how that party go. All the parties ain't like that. And so I'm looking at these dudes. I'm reading some of the comments. They say it's a Diddy party at the Final Four. Boy, let me tell you something. One thing for certain, and this is all I just say on the Diddy stuff. This is just some educated OG nugget for you guys. If anybody that attends a P. Diddy party in the near future, you best to have your numbers and your books in order, because the feds will be in all four corners and they will be having facial recognition while when they checking everybody, not checking you, but from afar. They gonna if I take a picture of Hatter, but I'm purposely gonna get the whole background of the room, that facial recognition can be able to go back and tell who's this person. That's what I'm saying. Make sure you got your numbers in order. If your numbers ain't in order, then they can come and squeeze you for some tax evasion or some stuff and make you tell it what you know. That's how you do certain people. They squeeze you on one charge, make you give up what you know, what they really want. Then they'll drop the other charge or dismiss that, and you in exchange you come in to testify. Eliminate that by not even being there. So that's for those of you that get that. I'm just letting you guys know on that.
Man, talking about you need to be in the president's suite. Man, them folks at home, hey, I'll be laughing. And Jimmy, I'll be watching, everybody all the players, people at the host hotel. Jimmy, them ADs, always remember, y'all, I'm going to help you out. They ain't never there. Go find the 5-star hotel. 5-star plus hotel. That's where they gonna be. The 5-star, they gonna be at the Four Seasons, the St. Regis, or I never forget, everybody running around there, and I went to the Macara, and that's where every AD, president, and Chandler was at. The Macara in San Antonio. If you go to the Macara, if that's what you want to do, all them coach, they just in the main hotel. And I never forget, because I talked to one of my guys who going down. I said, dude, you might have a better year, because he was a new coach that year, so he wasn't going everywhere. Damon Stoudemire. He wasn't going everywhere. And I said, dude, are you going to be able to go out this time, hang out a little bit? He said, no. He said, I got to replace another coach. So guess what, y'all? I'm giving it to you here. He probably want me. Damon Stoudemire got to replace a coach. So if y'all see him out there, try to get him in. Try to get in where you fit in. Yeah, I just told it, Damon.
I see one of the comments that taking us back a little bit. I forgot Jeffrey Day posed a question, Hatter. We were talking about John Urie a while ago.
Okay.
As an example, not talking about him. We were talking about him in the context of using an example. And he say we can't take that away. Can't take it away. Meaning that you can't take away those guys that was pros that played up under while John Urie was on the bench, on the sidelines.
Right.
But are those players giving back into the Superstars program? I'm really glad you asked that question because
I don't know.
Because in this city,
mm-hmm.
And I've entertained this topic quite a number of times over the years and challenged the guys. And that is, and I think I may have done an article on this story, on this topic about 15 years ago or so. And that is, a lot of the guys that went to the NBA from Houston, at the time there were only, when I was doing the story, I did the research, I had only found 2 that had gave anything 4 digits or more. Actually, it was 3. Later it was 3 after I found those 2. Because one was Rashard Lewis allegedly gave 4 digits to the Houston Hoops, and that was maybe less than 5,000 one time. Allegedly, TJ Ford went and got John Urie a Toyota Tundra truck. So the value of getting that truck, guess what? We don't know what he didn't probably have to put nothing down. That ain't the issue, but that's value to the program because that was a work vehicle that John Urie used to conduct his Houston Superstar business. And later, I learned that Gerald Green gave 4 digits, which was about 5 racks, to the Houston Elite program, so the kids can go and do some top golf and go eat and have, and eat better food or whatnot while they were in Vegas for a few days during the grassroots event. Of all the kids, I'm talking about back to the program for which you played. See, because everybody's nowadays, they write that into their contracts and how you can compound on that because being a contract advisor.
I mean, none of my guys have ever wrote it in their deal. They never wrote it in there. I hear about people doing it, but I've never written it in a deal with a sneaker company. And most guys, they're going to just come back and just give. It ain't got to be written in with a sneaker company. If you want to come back and give, you come back and give. Some people don't have a spirit of giving. And just it. Some people didn't have, like Adora was saying, people had bad experience with those teams. She said her team the team her son was on was eating pizza. And I just told her when my son was on the same team, and they didn't eat no pizza. So maybe it's just different years and different, it's the experience you have as a parent or the kid have as some got to make you. Because Jimmy, and when the reason I bring this up, when I go everywhere and I see what them guys who've been in Chris Paul's program, man, they all still cool. Them dudes come back. They be at the they be the Oakland Soldiers. I used to see some of their old players come back.
They give back.
But I don't know how much they're giving back, but their presence is back.
The DMV teams.
Yeah.
They
but East Coast, I like how their brotherhood is up there.
They give back.
Yeah.
Understand? So in order to do that, once again, we're entertaining this topic again.
Mm-hmm.
my belief is that you have to program, install that software, that mental software into a kid to make them want to feel obligated or compelled to come and give back to that particular program later on, 5, 6, 7 years later. Otherwise, that kid is going to be told or possibly may learn so many things or learn about some of the truths or the misdeeds that that person that ran that program or their former some grassroots coach did or may have just not have done and been alleged to have done. And that kid may be bitter, may be sour now because they realize you may have been profiting off their name, image, likeness, and they didn't get to eat. And some kids, trust me, I've ran across a lot of them that's one of the reasons they don't give back to that particular program. But for the most part, they don't in this region. So it's different. I can't speak for Dallas, but in greater Houston, you can think of remember I said give back to the program from which you played for, who gave you that, whether that opportunity or put you on that stage. Because most of the time you went to the NBA, 9 times out of 10, that young man played for one of those sneaker sponsored teams out from this area. Now the why, that's a whole nother topic. Why don't they? That's for each one of them to say when you run up on one of them. Ask them that yourself. Ask them, hey man, who you played for in the summer ball? They'll tell you, hey, I got a question. Did you ever, give anything back? They're gonna look at you. Their look is probably gonna answer the question before they verbally spew it out their mouth. Right? But all I can say is, young guys, leaders of men, if you are, and that's the thing, are y'all really expecting, that's what you're doing? You're expecting these young people to go when they make it to give back to you?
They should.
They should give back, or they should expect it?
They should give back. You got to understand, historically, talking about historically, athletes like Jim Brown, Muhammad Ali, and all these people, even Harry Belafonte, they gave back. They gave back. The only way we have the civil rights movement in putting us, because people came and fueled it and gave back. Bill Russell was risking his career at the Boston Celtics, going down to make sure Medgar Evers and his family was all right. We historically, we gave back. Somewhere we don't have our movement of memory to go back and give back. Not just go back and start but some people come back and start their own program. So I guess that's giving back too, in a sense. But
that's to them, that is. But
to them, that's giving back. But you're talking about the team that you flew around and ate their damn food.
Yes.
That's you came back and did something.
That coach who sacrificed his money.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
For you to provide an avenue of exposure for you.
Absolutely.
Now, guess what? There might have been some coaches out there that might have done some dirty
deeds. And Jimmy, the relationship, I said that earlier today. Yeah.
But even the ones that did dirty deeds, if they allegedly, why does that cancel out everybody? You know what I'm saying?
Because Jimmy, you have to have a spirit, man. Giving is a spirit. You just don't give. Everybody that really give, they give because they want to do it. We got a few people that's been reluctant in the, but you don't even want them gifts. If some people just have a giving spirit, man, and he said lack of loyalty, success is the kids play for multiple team changes. Absolute. I mean, yes, that could be it. Lack of loyalty. That could be it. Lack of loyalty.
But now I'm a like, for everyone that come, I'm a devil's advocate. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna hit it back across the net. Mm-hmm. But if wouldn't it on that quote, you might can put on the board.
Then what if he played for multiple teams? That's a good one too.
Okay, that's
Keep going.
and that too. But if you still if you're installing the mental software that's going to let the young man know whichever team that you felt was the best experience, why not go give back when you make it in life? At least come and give some reversibles if you can afford it. Can give some water, some ink pens, some headbands, some socks if you can afford it to whatever team. So now you're not restricted to saying, come give back to me. Because you're right, you might play for multiple teams. So that means somebody had to yield a great experience for you. You can't tell me a kid didn't have no fun when they was in the 5th grade, 6th grade, 7th grade, 3rd grade. I mean, whatever. It doesn't have to be restricted and limited only to that 17U team. What I'm saying to you guys is that from what my research when I was doing the article about 10, 15 years ago, these guys hadn't given, none of the coaches that hadn't received hardly anything, regardless of the level.
Yeah. I mean, people don't like these people, man. I say, Jimmy, if you like, whatever you like, your heart is where your treasure is. Whatever you like, you don't mind spending. That's what people don't understand. Jimmy, it's just human. You got to study human nature. You know, if a kid don't have a spirit of giving or been taught to give, I mean, you're right. Somebody grown got to say, but guess what? The grown person probably been talking negative about the team all the damn time. So you think that the kids' parents, the kids, people, they've been talking about the coach and the program so long. You think a kid gonna come back and give to a program that their mom and dad have been talking about? It's a whole lot of variables. And I never forget. I mean, my son just have no attachment to the Houston Hoop. He played for them for 1 year. He got no attachment. He probably don't talk to none of the guys. He probably definitely ain't talk to the coach. So if he don't, so how would he come back and give? Well, he don't have no attachment to them.
Okay, that's once again. What about the team before the Houston Hoop? They don't exist anymore.
The team before was mine.
I'm just saying though, but it's Terrell Henderson, franchise all-star.
Yeah,
and you guys, it was a.
But ain't no more franchise all-star.
But it is a Terrell Henderson.
Yes,
and he's still involved in basketball.
But him and Terrell Henderson didn't have no relationship.
That's what I'm just. So once again,
I'm just explaining to you, they don't have no relationship. They don't talk.
Those kids. Once again, it goes back to what we were talking about earlier. If that's the case, that means the software has to be installed. Most people, these young kids we talking about, when they get grown in their eyes, they're not coming to seek you out and all of a sudden bringing you a box of chocolates and saying thank you for your time. That has to be installed up in them.
Well, my son guess what was installed in my son? He saw me giving to everybody else's kid for 4 years in a row. That's what was installed in him. So giving is installed in him, but if you don't have a relation, everybody that give, you got to have a relationship with somebody, Jimmy. Ain't nobody just. I guess y'all don't understand this, man. Relationship is more important than. Let me go. It's a funny thing, and I said this in the beginning of the show. You should have been there. It's a funny thing in this vast existence that we move through called life, Jimmy. And it's always very striking how intimate the connections are. We know the center of life is relationships. There is no humanity without relationships. 2 relationships created you. 2 relationships created me. 2 relationships created Chuck McGowan. We don't have anything to do with it. The fundamental unit of 2, it takes 2. It's a relationship. If somebody got a relationship with somebody, they'll give. If you don't, you're not. And you got to lay down a framework for you. I mean, it's just, it's easy for you to say.
But before
relationships, man.
Before you run the cycle of playing for 9 years, 8 years of grassroots basketball, the odds will be will stand on the side of there's going to be one of those coaches that you will have developed a relationship with.
Okay.
My angle was, why not not the last one, not in it. Why not pick one of them who you opt to choose and go and support, or go and find him, look him up, and give him a call.
What if he don't have no relationship with neither one of them?
Well, then that's a rare situation, because that means now.
No, that means the coach ain't built a relationship with the kid.
And on none of the levels, that's hardly rare. That would be a rare occurrence.
What?
If none of those, if you went through all of those 8 different, let's say you went through 4 teams in 8 years, right? From the 4th grade to the 12th grade. That's 8 summers. So that means none of those 4, you don't have a, if that's the case, then so be it.
Dude.
But at the same time, I think, and I compare this back to when I was a little boy. And my mom was a consistent tither. She gave her tithes consistently. And I remember the time when I didn't know what tithes were. My mom had the relationship with that home-based church, Greater Northside and Antioch Missionary Baptist Church, right there on the corner on Carr Street in Fifth Ward. Well, with Reverend R. Solomon Rose. Well, when we would every Sunday, we wouldn't be in Houston. If we went to a church, whatever we was in, we went to church and went to the Bayou Classic. Mom getting me up, we going to church that morning. Whatever church we in, my mom still tithed it.
Jimmy, did she tithe or she gave an offering?
She gave a tithe.
Because your tithe is supposed to be to your home church.
She gave a tithe.
Because tithe is 10% of your earnings that goes to your home church. Offering is when you go on the road, you give an offering. You got to understand it. I'm just letting you know.
The thing was, her relationship was with God, with her God.
Well, so she gave her tithe. She gave it to that church that week. Okay, she switched it around.
That's so okay. That's the angle that I'm looking down. And I'm asking the question, like, if you didn't have a relationship with this guy, if you are taught that, then wherever you go, is kind of still, if there's an opportunity that presents itself, you still would find or seek or think about or consider giving back in some capacity. The thing is, once again, a lot of you grown folks, y'all done so much wrong. Y'all done been so bad of people. And then now, and that little guy that made it, you might have favored 2-3 other guys over him.
So and what?
So that kid also, the sneaker company might have regularly sent sneakers earmarked for that young man, because it was illegal to send them directly to him. So they sent them to the grassroots rep. The grassroots rep was to distribute it to the kids. And you find out later on in life, the sneaker rep tell you, did you get none of those shoes? Sent you all those exclusives? No, I didn't get any of them. You didn't get any of them? I sent them every week, every month, for a whole year, 2 years. You didn't get none of them? Now you're bitter at that program. I've seen that happen with these kids. But anyway, well, you guys are
we got to get out of here.
Keep going, but we got to get the hell up out of here. I mean, we can go all day. As you see, this is the Chop Shop. This is how we rock. We talk about.
Hey, Jimmy, tonight, them
Heifers playing tonight, ain't
they? The bracket's out tonight. The black body bracket is out tonight. They get to playing tonight. The bracketed black bodies will be on display for the NCAA to make their billions tonight. Clemson and Arizona. That's my turn.
There's a lot going on tonight.
What? What's going on? Okay. What you talking about? Talking about my Rockets? What are you talking about? Oh, I ain't talking about no damn baseball. I don't want to hear this shit. We ain't gonna, but hold up. Clemson playing Arizona. Jimmy, we got
the Yankees tonight, bro.
Jimmy, we got 160 more damn of them damn games to look at. So we got 160 more of them. That's the longest season in the world. How long the season?
161 more.
Okay, so we gonna get, but tonight this one game, this loser go home. I mean, loser go home tonight. Clemson and Arizona, in the West region. Loser go home. San Diego or UConn. Loser go home. Ooh, Alabama and UNC. Loser go home. Illinois versus that Terrence Shannon. Oh, that's my new dude. That's my new Russell Westbrook. Terrence Shannon is my Russell Westbrook. But those are the 4 games tonight.
I'm rooting for the Big 12. Go Big 12.
Nah. Terrence Shannon.
And any team that's coming into the Big 12 next year, I'm rooting for.
I'm rooting for Terrence Shannon and fighting the lineup.
Big 12.
I don't care about the Big 12
in a couple of months.
Who?
Huh?
I don't care about no Big 12.
Arizona.
But I don't care about no Big 12. I just like U of H. I like U of H when they wasn't in the Big 12. See, I like U of H when they wasn't in the Big 12. I don't care about the Big 12. I ain't like a Big 12, Big 12, Big 12. Even Texas leaving Big 12.
The reason I want the Big 12 is because on the East Coast right now, a lot of the voices that you're hearing is spewing up, reminding us about the Big East and the ACC. Well, your response to that would be Big 12. Like Big 12 gone somewhere. Big 12 still here. We don't have 4 teams, only got 3, but we're still here. Still here.
That's cool. Ain't going nowhere. But we out here, y'all. We'll see y'all on Monday. We're going to talk about all of this stuff.
Hey, did you talk about that quarterback wearing the pink fingernail polish?
Well, if I got to talk about him, I got to talk about the dude. I got to talk about the dude Proctor who wear the fingernail polish every game at North Carolina.
Which one is Proctor?
I mean, at Duke, the Duke point guard. I don't know what be wrong with these damn kids, man.
He had pink polish to match a pink cell phone with. Tomorrow.
No, Monday. Tomorrow is
what day
Friday.
Is?
Yeah.
It's Baby Friday?
Baby Friday. These
people. Monday we talk about the Davy Lewis Award.
Let's get out of here.
We'll talk about that on Monday.
Oh.
I see you guys, man, on Monday. Peace. Share the show on your way out the door. That is Moody. How that state tournament team?
Jim Hicks. Rob Hatter. You are now tuned in to the Chop Shop. I'm Retro. Let's get it. We in the Chop Shop. We live in the Chop Shop. We talking sports talk. We live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop. I'm talking sports talk. So turn your dials up. It's live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop. We live.